Hey everyone, it's September 7th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with British serial killer Graham Young, known as the teacup poisoner, who murdered at least 3, though likely many more victims as a teen and young man. And that is him right over there. Born in 1947, Young's mother died of tuberculosis when he was just 3 months old, and he was sent to live with his grandparents until his father remarried in 1950, and the children were brought home to live with him and his new bride. Young showed signs that he didn't adjust well to leaving the only family he had known, and as he learned to read, he obsessed over stories about murderers and true crimes, so I think he would have loved my TikTok account. He had very few friends at school, with teachers and students alike finding him creepy. The only subject he showed any interest in at all was chemistry, being fascinated by toxicology and the study of poisons. His classmates recall a time when he sacrificed a cat as part of an occult ritual, and he often tried to get them to eat and drink things he created with a chemistry set his father had purchased. I'm not a parent, but if your child is extremely interested in poison, maybe don't buy them a chemistry set. When he was 13, he managed to poison a fellow student to see the effects. When the boy was placed in the hospital, he was British. When the boy was placed in hospital, Young was unable to observe him, so he switched his focus to his own family. In 1961, they all showed signs of being poisoned, including Young himself. His father thought that he may have been accidentally poisoning them with his experiments, but never considered that it could have been intentional. In 1962, Young killed his stepmother with thallium, and after his chemistry teacher at school contacted the police, he admitted to having poisoned his fellow students and family. A psychiatrist diagnosed him with a psychopathic disorder and stated that he hadn't developed a normal moral sense and was extremely likely to reoffend. Young was sent to Broadmoor Mental Hospital for treatment, but while there he managed to continue his experiments on his fellow inmates, with one dying a few weeks after he arrived while showing signs of cyanide poisoning. He admitted to extracting cyanide from plants, but his confession wasn't believed and it was ruled a suicide. Administrators also found the food and drink supply frequently tainted with poison, but never tied Young to those events. In 1971, he was released, believed to have been cured. He told a psychiatrist during his exit interview that he planned on killing one person for every year he had been confined, but they did nothing with that information. Young stayed at a hostel where other residents reported stomach cramps and signs of poisoning, with one in such agony that he took his own life. He got hired as a photographer's assistant, and his coworkers and boss all fell ill shortly afterward. His boss died that year, as did a coworker, both suffering from hair loss, sexual dysfunction, stomach cramps, and other unusual symptoms caused by ingesting thallium. He was finally arrested in late 1971 when he was found with a large quantity of thallium on his person and confessed to poisoning more than 70 persons at his firm. Young was found guilty at trial, receiving 4 life sentences. His case led to reforms in Britain over how mental patients were assessed for release, and while in prison, Young befriended a young inmate named Ian Brady, who later ended up poisoning victims in what were known as the Moors murders. You can find out more about them by scrolling down to January 2nd. Graham Young died in 1990 while in prison. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Graham Young, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.